you doing?
So when it comes through here, then all right, you ready? Boom. All right, everybody. Let's move this up just because we'll get under the thing as they're coming to work. And then we'll move it back when we have a little bit more time because it is completely dark. And that's about all we could do. Yeah, it's really dark. We'll wait. But hello. We'll get a little bit more light here in the next couple minutes. Welcome to the Charge On Postgame Live Show. I'm your host, Sean Green, the last one of the year. Alongside me, Nick Geddes, Kathy Wallace, joining the Charge On membership, or getting a Charge On membership. We appreciate it, Kathy. UCF wins 17-14. And that, I think, would be the story of the game is UCF got to win. But I think it's the fact that a bunch of students up here, and I think they're mostly students, at halftime decided to take off their shirts and start rallying around like rally towels, and ultimately that is the reason UCF won this game. The good vibes, the energy from those people clearly got UCF a win here. Nick Geddes, I have actual thoughts, but I'll kind of throw it to you. What are your thoughts on this this victory?
This was a game played between two Big 12 teams, the 11th game of the season for both, and I think I could pretty much leave it there. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of redeeming qualities to this game other than the fact that a win is a win, and I see that there from Hallrick 7234. A win is a win in my book. Yeah, that's about how you can sum this one up, Sean, because let's back up here a little bit.
Let's get into the light.
There's not going to be any great highlight reels to come from this one. It's not one that we are going to remember and wax poetic about for years and years to come. That certainly is not going to be the case, and we knew that going in. I said it was going to be a low-scoring sort of affair. You thought UCF was going to blow out this Oklahoma State team. That was apparent early that we were not going to get one of those UCF blowouts like we saw against West Virginia, like we saw against North Carolina, because they're just not, quite frankly, the same team that they were when they played those two teams, right? Oklahoma State had control of this game, for a while. And when I thought they went up 14-0, I mean, I was like, there's no shot UCF is coming back from 14-0. But to your point, I guess we have to say it started with tarps off. I guess. I hate saying that, by the way, because I don't understand this new tradition thing. I didn't even know that Oklahoma State started it, until tonight. That's how, far removed I am from knowing when this
I had no idea.
Tradition started.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was weird. It was odd, but I guess it worked because UCF outscored Oklahoma State 17-0 when I think 5 students first started this, and then it became people leaving the student section from the opposite side of the field and walking up, and then eventually I think just regular fans started doing it.
Yep.
So, I guess
Joshua Clark said decent amount of alumni sprinkled in with us, so clearly alumni started taking off their shirts, getting all fun with it. Look. That's as bad of a win as you could probably imagine.
Well, just say ugly win.
Well, ugly, win. Yeah. Ugly. As they're bringing the big cards, so we're gonna have to get out of the way just to let them kind of get past us. You're fine, guys.
I'll say this though, it's a very ugly win. But how many Big 12 wins does UCF have? Not many. Especially over the last 2 years. So, you take it for what it's worth. They picked up 2 Big 12 wins this year.
Yeah, for sure. And I think at the end of the day, listen, I think jokes aside, I do think there is a kind of the way I step out and then we come into the frame. There were some good things tonight, but there was a lot of bad. And I think that's kind of the discouraging thing is there is a you're fine. There is a I'm gonna be honest. There's so much happening around me right now.
You can't even
I
focus.
can't focus. I can't focus. You could listen. It's the last game. We can have some fun. One of the workers hates that we're doing this right now. I mean, she just gave me the nastiest look when she passed me. Then the one clearly was like trying not to interrupt and like just goes around all this stuff and drops my bag. I mean, my mind's in a blender right now. I'm not gonna lie to you, but we got to refocus. I'm gonna get my bag up, or I'll just let it. It's fine. Where was I?
It's like we need to reboot, restart.
The minute we went live, all of a sudden there just was action everywhere, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. We're usually fine, and I heard like somebody said every game. I'm like, well, yep, every game we are here. So she was true. Lord, okay. The UCF, I think a lot of people are discouraged because UCF has not gotten better. They've almost gotten worse, right? You kind of, look early in the season, they struggled against Jack State. That was the first game. We're like, listen, there's a lot of season left. You go to the UNC game, dominated UNC, right? Struggled on the road, what have you. Dominated West Virginia. Was close against Kansas at home. Was close against Houston. And I think there's this feeling that, again, you absolutely get killed by Baylor. You lose a close one to Houston. You get dominated by Texas Tech. I think a lot of people are just there's a steady decline, right? And then you play tonight against one of the worst teams in college football with no direction right now. And you ultimately get saved by just bad football by them on the second half. So there is a little bit of a, hold your breath type of situation with this kind of performance. But at the end of the day, a win is a win. We've said for weeks that UCF would beat this team. They did. But there are a lot of questions and a lot of, really not questions, but a lot of answers that you learned from stuff like this and a performance like this.
Yeah, all the issues, though, are just mainly on offense. The defense gave up 14 points, and the 7 of that came on the first drive of the game, which we obviously know was scripted, and Oklahoma State did a really good job. They got everything they wanted on that first drive, and after that, Oklahoma State really did nothing offensively. So the UCF defense, surprise, surprise, was just, they're fine. It's the offense, and the offense almost had 400 yards tonight. It didn't feel like it, to be honest with you. And it's less about the yards that they get. It's just the continuous just shoot yourself in the foot. It's the penalties. It's the procedural stuff, the false starts, the illegal formations, an eligible guy downfield. We continuously see these issues pop up with this UCF football team, and it just is what it is. It's week 11. It hasn't gotten better all year long. It is what it is, just sort of how this year is. But they've gotten to 5 wins. Listen, they've improved over what they did last year with a much inferior roster, I would say, this year. So take that for what it's worth. 5 wins is one more than I had them getting at the beginning of the season. I thought they were 4, but it is just another reminder that I think they are very far away offensively from getting anywhere near their peak, hopefully, of what they are under Scott Frost. This year, it's just sort of been put together, and the offensive line play, again, tonight was pretty abysmal.
Dreadful. Yeah.
It was pretty abysmal. We had 2 snaps that went right over Taven Jackson's head tonight. I think one was even kind of grounded back to him as well. So backup center. Not great. Not great. The positive, though, offensively tonight, first of all, I thought this was maybe Miles' best overall game this season. The numbers are not flashy.
Yeah.
But I think he had some really good runs. He was able to pop some to the outside. He had 2 long runs mixed in there. I think a 31-yarder. And then Dylan Wade, who we probably haven't talked enough about this season because there's been so much bad that we've had to get through. But Dylan Wade tonight passed Wayne Thomas Jr. for the leading receiver on UCF. He's pushing almost 500 yards this year, which, by the way, if you're doing that as a tight end in college football, that's really good. That puts you in, the top company. So Dylan Wade is a guy who they got from the portal, and he's been a massive hit. He's a guy that, Sean actually said before the show, or before the game, rather, that Dylan Wade would not be on his must-keep list for UCF. I like to think that he's changed his mind after tonight.
Yeah. Listen. I think in any good offense, if you're talented, you can succeed. He had a good night tonight. He's had some good games this season. I think if you're UCF, you definitely want to keep Dylan Wade. The offense just hasn't been good enough, though, and that's where you need to get pieces as a whole around this offense to be able to do really anything. So, and then, yes, you hurt yourself a lot of the time. Every drive, we're almost just holding our breath like, okay, when is the flag going to happen? We're making bets up there like, okay, when is the flag going to happen on what down? And what do you know? There was a hold. Like, so it's,
I even thought, like, right after going into halftime, like, we all were pretty much, like, on the same page, like, okay, there's no way they can throw Taven back out there.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way they can do this. Like, he had just thrown his second interception. He was limping earlier. You know, he's battling through it, whatever. But I was like, there's no way they're going to put Taven back in. And it's not that Davi's any better. It's just Davi has a different element with his legs. I thought that could give them a spark. But they kept it going with Taven. And, you know, he made some good throws in the second half.
Yeah.
You know, but this is kind of what you see with Taven, right? It's a roller coaster with him. And tonight you were able to get him good for at least 2 quarters there.
I want to get to a couple of the stuff that you guys are talking about. At Econ Advisor held Oklahoma State to 27 yards in the second half, despite the killing, holdings, offsides, procedural. So many heroes today, healthy for BYU. Dylan Wade, a star. Knights didn't get down. Became a field position game. No, so I will say in the second half, like, I think it saved you that you had the touchdown right out of half. You dialed up the wheel route tight end, hit Dylan Wade on a long touchdown, the longest touchdown of the Knights season at this point. I think that really helps you kind of get your mojo back. I think it helped the defense in the second half really kind of understand, like, hey, this is a game. Like, this is a game that the Knights can win. Louis Aaron, is there any more good news to come out about recruiting? Yes. He didn't know about some, and I told him today, and he got excited. I know some of you were talking about the Kane officially decommitted. We talked about it on the pregame show, saying that everything that I've heard or that we heard was, listen, you're going after Rocco Marriott. UCF, from what I've heard, didn't want Kane Archer anymore. That could be debated. I think they wanted Rocco Marriott. They got Rocco Marriott. So Kane, it looks like Kane's probably going to go to Utah. So that'd be an interesting little rivalry.
That wasn't even like on the.
Was not. Yep, and they're coming on late. So. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll definitely talk some recruiting in the next couple of weeks. There's some interesting stuff coming up.
Oh, trust me, we're gonna have a lot of time to fill.
Yeah, so I need them to be good in recruiting because we need content to talk about. But yeah, UCF Mayor, we will take any win we can get. Go Knights. Jared Todd. Yep, Kane decommitted. Honeck, Taven still looks clearly hobbled, but made a couple of great throws.
Ooh, the throw he made over to Dylan Wade
was a good throw.
And that was on the last drive.
Yep.
They were back. They started that drive, I think, from like their 5-yard line, by the way. And I don't think I've seen a throw like that, like across the seam like that in the middle of the field on a rope all year long. Yeah, I understand the Magic.
Magic beat the Knicks. That's
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Back to our schedule. Keep going.
But no, I think that might be in the running for the best Taven throw of the year. Might be in the running.
Might be in the running.
As I think about the Jacksonville State throw to DJ Black is actually number one. But no, I haven't seen a throw like that over the seam, like that to Dylan Wade in stride like that, where he was able to get some yak right after. I haven't seen that all year, so I think that was the best Taven throw all year.
Such a dad.
What? What's wrong with
yak?
Some
yak.
Who doesn't call it yak? What do you want me to say? YAC?
I know. I'm just, I just thought the way you said it. The way you said it. It was just funny. Hunter. Hunter. I understand the talent issue, but the constant procedural penalties that have only gotten worse as a coaching thing now. So, this is something I definitely want to talk about. Where are the procedural penalties coming from? 90% of the time. Nick?
The offensive line.
Offensive line. What is something like the offensive line? They don't have again, Sean Clark passed away. They had their backup offensive line coach. I also just don't think the offensive line has been.
No, now they're banged up too.
They're banged up. So I think it is like yes, I do think like if you see a lot of the same issues next year, then there are some questions that need to be answered because you can't have what's happening on every drive happen.
Keep in mind. Stuff like this happens, Sean, to bad football teams.
Yep, and UCF is a bad football.
And I got news for you. They are 5-6, yes, but they are a bad football team. They have not beaten a competent football team necessarily this year. I'm not trying to be shading or anything like that. That's just the facts. So, yeah, this was a game between two bad teams, and UCF just does things that bad teams do. Yeah.
Savannah fan, in my opinion, the positives were we came from behind, which we usually don't.
Yeah,
we
that's
did
true.
better in the third quarter when we usually suck. Yes, and I said up there, this was so reminiscent of game 1. But me saying that is not a good thing. Me saying that game 11 felt like game 1 usually tells you everything you need to know. And today it told you that UCF is just not very good against Oklahoma State, a team that, yes, on paper you should be able. Now, and again, there's some injuries and stuff like that.
They were 100, and I think shout out Chris Boyle for telling me there while we were sitting up top. They were 129th in total defense in the FBS. There are 136 teams in the FBS, and UCF could not score a point for the first 2 quarters.
And that's where you look at it, and I think you say they don't have the players. Like, they don't. And I'm looking downfield, and not all of it's on Taven. Because we're looking down the field sometimes, and he's holding on to the rock. There's not really anybody open. And I think it's got to be better. There's got to be a lot of things better, but you take the win. You take the win. It gives your team a shot next week when we all know they don't have it, but it gives your team a shot next week to go and make a bowl game. But when you play like this against Oklahoma State, it definitely kind of takes the wind out of the sails a little bit and maybe leaves a sour taste in your mouth going towards the end of the year about we're not playing as good as we should. You got the win.
The performances are not there, but at least this one, is not there. But again, it's like you can look at it from glass half empty, glass half full, I suppose. And the glass half full take on this is there really hasn't been a result this season that you didn't think was going to happen. You knew they were going to beat Jacksonville State. You didn't think it was going to be that close. You knew they were going to beat Jacksonville State. You knew they were going to beat North Carolina A&T. I think you figured they were going to beat North Carolina. You figured they were going to beat West Virginia, and you figured they were going to beat Oklahoma State. And it was always about finding another win on the schedule. They had their chance against Kansas, couldn't get it done. They had their chance against Houston, couldn't get it done. And that's sort of where you are, sitting now at 5-6, and probably going to finish 5-7. So
most likely.
The season hasn't really gone any differently, I guess, is what I'm saying, than what we envisioned.
Yeah. Econ Advisor, 10 penalties for 72 yards, but finally able to overcome some of them to continue drives. But that's the thing. Against good football teams, you won't be able to overcome that. And not even the 10 penalties, the 2 awful interceptions. Like, the one, and we both saw it, Taven.
You see him happening up there before they happen.
Throws it, and he just looks away. Like, he just got rid. He's like, I'm getting rid of this.
He just threw a prayer, yeah.
And the other one, it was into triple coverage, ball gets bounced up, and then pick. So, I mean, yeah, we don't need to really go too much into it, but yes, they overcame a lot tonight. Louvier, is Rocco the next Drake May? I hope so. That means we'll be really good. We'll be really good.
You have to say Drake May.
Louvier said Drake May.
I know. I didn't say
that's
Drake
who
I'm talking to. I can't believe he
brought
had
up
to
Drake
say
May.
Drake May in front of you.
Let's see. We got a lot of. All right, that's where we were.
A lot of people talking about Rocco.
La Belle V, happy you got the win. Congrats on your graduation to Got Guava. Congrats on the graduation, Got Guava. Okay, so
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, man. Some of the light things, okay.
They freaked me out a little bit. There, I couldn't even look at him tonight.
It's kind of Stranger Things up in the bounce house tonight. UCF fan, I just looked Rocco up. I don't like him. Okay, so the 11 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. You can't look at max preps because that's not updated. And he definitely does not have 13 interceptions this year. Go look at 24/7 Sports. They have his last 2 years. This year, he had 7 touchdowns last night in one of the final games. So I don't think he has 11 touchdowns on the season. I think last year he had 37 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, I think it was. So I would definitely go look at that. But don't look at max preps because they haven't updated it. Dar, how get a new O-line coach? I don't know exactly the question, but UCF, I'm assuming, will be going to get a new offensive line coach. Econ Taven could finish with 2,200 yards for the season. Yeah, it's not good.
I was going to say,
I don't know.
Was
if that's
that
a
being?
good thing
There's
or a
an
bad
exclamation point at the end, so I'm like, is that supposed to be
thing.
positive?
Lou Vierne, O-line has had a terrible time this year. Part of me blames the guys, but I also give them slack given the circumstances they have gone through. UCF did exactly as expected this year, just in ways that are devastating and tremendously frustrating. That's the thing. You got to put a little asterisk next to the offensive line. It's been a tough year, but at the same time, yeah, like ultimately talent-wise, UCF is not there on the offensive line. So it definitely needs to be improved upon, but also I don't know if you have enough money to improve on it. Why you go all the way down to the bottom?
I'm just scrolling through.
You just
Sean.
went all the way down.
You talk and I'll scroll.
Lord. La Bellevue. We aren't as bad as the worst, so there's that.
Not far off.
That's fair.
Got Guava 6115. Thoughts on our student section tonight? I tell you what, it wasn't
Wasn't as bad as I thought.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be tonight. Now, it wasn't packed. It wasn't sold out, and I did not expect that. But it wasn't bad, and I think people stayed, too. And I think
the shirt thing made...
The shirt thing, actually, I think got people to stay.
We
in a
need
weird
to make
way.
this a new thing.
Apparently so.
Take your shirts. Obviously, ladies, keep your shirt on. All the men, you want to go up in the student section and go crazy, take your shirts off, show whatever you got? Dude, go right ahead. If you'll stay...
Yeah, that might be the
That might be the saving grace. I mean...
Yeah.
I thought everybody would be gone.
Side note, the loudest it got in this place until the end of the game was when they showed R.J. Harvey.
Yep.
Shocker. I think we were begging to see if he had any eligibility, at least at quarterback, to be honest.
He had a jacket on. He
in
could
the
have
first
easily
half.
put on a jersey.
Econ Advisor. Oh, no, hold on, I skipped one. No, I didn't. Econ Advisor. Defense got so many 3-and-outs in the second half. OK State had only one first down then. Yeah, that's what Steven was saying. Steven Leonard was telling us up top. He's like, UCF might lose this game, giving up one first down in the second half. But
no, the UCF defense was incredible.
Yeah, they've always been incredible. Phil Dunham's making plays out there again. He's doing his thing.
A shot out of a rocket on the first half.
Yeah, I wish
4th and 1, 4th and 2.
I wish they had more Phil Dunhams, man. A shame that I learned tonight that he's not coming back next year because he's out of eligibility.
Yeah.
Joshua Clark said, great point that not enough people mention. A lot of times, no one's open. Yeah, they don't have a... You know, Waden had a solid night tonight.
Waden was good.
Waden had a solid night.
6 receptions for 70 yards, his best game as a UCF night.
Yeah, and I think he had 8 or 9 targets.
9
in there
targets.
Too. He led the league. He led the team in targets tonight. You didn't see as much Dwayne Thomas or anybody else really.
Nope.
So it was a big night for Waden Charles and Dylan Wade. And listen, those are two players that absolutely you want to have back next year and for the future. Eric Edwards, you want to know the solution to quarterback issue? Beef.
Easier said than done,
to the
Eric.
offensive line.
Easier said
They
than done.
need 4 or 5 new of them, and we talked about it. There ain't going to be that many great ones in the portal. That's just the way it is. Dar says, at least we're not the worst team in the Big 12. Yeah, it's
glass half full. I like to hear it.
Yeah, it's Oklahoma State, but yeah. La Bellevue, Frost needs to hit on the quarterback. Otherwise, I'm afraid the magic of 17 was KZ, and I think that might be true, but I don't want to admit it.
I mean, can we be honest, though?
There was a
That's
lot of
kind
really
of
good players.
That is every team in college football. That's every team in the NFL.
Yeah, if you don't have a quarterback,
you're done.
You're cooked.
It's the teams that, like, if you're like TCU, for example, you have a really good quarterback in Josh Hoover. But, like, it's kind of the coaching that really, like, Sonny Dykes, I like Sonny Dykes, but the coaching of that team, they haven't been able to formulate a defense, and the offense is kind of up and down.
Yeah.
So that's, yes, you need a quarterback, but then it's when you get a quarterback, is your coaching staff the right coaching staff?
Savannah fan says, we are regressing because we have such a long injury list in key positions.
Very true.
Yep, that's pretty much what I felt. They're limping to the finish line. Dar says BYU's cooked. Econ Advisor.
One can hope.
BYU must beat Cincy.
Hold on, does anybody want to see us in a bowl game still? Like,
wait, you still wanted to go to a bowl game?
No, I want to go to a bowl game, but I don't know if I want this team in a bowl.
Why not?
I think it's more,
another game, and those. Hold on.
There is very.
Practices. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, bowl practices matter.
Bowl practices are huge.
Bowl practices matter. I just don't want us to we'll play like USF and get I don't want to have to
I would love to play USF.
I would love to play USF too, but they would beat us probably.
Okay, probably, but
I don't want that.
I just want to see the rivalry again.
And that's the only nice thing I'll say about that school.
Econ Advisor says BYU must beat Cincy next week first. BYU is vulnerable as Tech. I mean, yeah, Texas Tech, of course. They're vulnerable.
No, they play them tonight.
They play them tonight, though,
Hold
right?
on, let's look at the score right now. Hold on.
That game even started yet? I'm not sure if it's in BYU.
I think it might have just started. I think it was 8 p.m. maybe.
Yeah, I think that's a night game, so we'll see. Yeah,
it was just starting.
Oh man, I just looked at some scores across college football, and I'm like, whoa.
Georgia Tech
losing 21-0 to Pitt.
And guess who we play next year? Pitt. At Pitt. Not fun. Nick. Yeah, logically knowing and understanding that the team was going to struggle this year and then actually going through it are two very different things. I'm still hopeful for the future. So that's why we tried. We tried to, tell everybody and let y'all know, listen, it's going to be a rough year. Don't expect too much. 6 wins is probably the max that you're going to get. So don't expect too much because it helps you, cope with the bad football now. And I will say it's made this year go by a lot quicker than last year. Last year, the expectations were so high that every week was a knife in the chest. This is year 0. And some people want to argue that. This is year 0 with everything that's happened. Next year will be a huge focal point of recruiting, plus can you get a couple extra wins? And, again, I don't want people expecting next year to get to 9 wins. Next year, the goal should be bowl game. Just like this year was bowl game, next year needs to be bowl game, 6-7 wins. So we'll see what they do in the portal.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, Lou Vieran. All right. Bo Nix is not. Bo Nix sucks. What are we talking about? Bo Nix is garbage. UCF fan. Y'all Scotty got his new guy. Our next Mackenzie Milton. I mean, Mackenzie Milton is not 6'4", so they got a guy. But Mackey Frost isn't done with the big time signings. Here's the thing: Mackey 315. I don't know if you know this, is in the know. Mackey knows because they're in our comment section every week, saying things I can't say publicly. But Mackey knows what's up.
Yeah. That's a good comment.
Why are you're switching? There's not. God Guava was in the shirt.
You don't like the way I navigate here?
I like the way you're navigating, but sometimes you just go low, and that again things are happening. Eric Edwards, looking next year's schedule, it looks decent from our perspective. I haven't been able to really.
I don't even know next year's schedule.
Yeah, you could totally come through.
Sorry, I thought you were filming.
Oh no, you're fine, dude.
I don't even know next year's schedule yet. We'll get there. I actually have no idea what the non-conference is. I haven't even looked.
This is totally weird last game. Everything's just
I think it's just you. You're folding with anything that doesn't go right.
I went to journalism school and I can't handle things not going well. I think tonight's going fine. I think everything's going fine. Let's look at next year's schedule. Which, granted, to be fair, you can't actually say that until we have the actual breakdown. For all we know, UCF will have 3 straight road games, and then we're cooked. So I do know we have Pitt, which is not good for us because Pitt's got a really good young quarterback.
Well, they got to pay him.
So we got Bethune-Cookman and Georgia State as your 2 automatic wins there. At Pitt on Saturday, September 12th.
Timmy McClain led Bethune-Cookman to a big win tonight, I hear.
Good for Timmy. You are at Colorado, at Houston, at Kansas, and at Oklahoma State.
That don't sound bad.
So I will say, those are 3 away games that you can comfortably say that UCF should be able to be in.
Yeah.
Then your home schedule is Arizona State, BYU, Baylor, TCU, Iowa State. Your home games are tough, but at least they're at home.
What a much better slate, though, of home games for
yeah.
here.
We got
just in terms of interest level.
Next year.
What were the home games this year again? Jack State, North Carolina A&T, North Carolina,
A&T, North Carolina,
West Virginia.
Yeah. Houston. Oklahoma State.
Anyway.
RJ was thinking. RJ, I think it was Jared. RJ was thanking God tonight that he didn't have that O-line last year.
Yeah,
it wasn't that much better.
They would have gotten RJ undrafted.
La Belle, we love our defense. They worked so hard this season, are banged up. They were the heart of this team, in my opinion.
Awesome player says, I think the issue with our wide receivers is we don't have a true leader. That if we have no options, you can just throw it to him. Yeah, they don't.
And
They
then
just
UCF
don't have
fan
a
says,
lot.
y'all, next year's away schedule looks brutal to me. I actually don't agree. I think next year's away schedule looks...
The away schedule doesn't look bad. The
no,
home schedule
you have
looks
at
harder.
Houston, which should be... I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Houston's
I
good.
mean, it was a
but
dogfight this year.
You dogfight. At Kansas, they're not going to have most of their guys. I mean, Kansas was beatable this year. Jalen Daniels finally will be out of college football. And a couple... I mean, the pit of it all is tough, but...
Econ advisor, nice to see Taven scrambling for important runs. Yeah, I love how I said that earlier about how he's just not moving well and he's like a statue. And then all of a sudden tonight, it's like he gained his mobility back that I haven't seen all year. So yeah, that was a positive for him. He ran well. Savannah fan, it's a rebuild year. We had no O-line, which is the main reason everything else sucks. Taven isn't good when rushed and regressed from injuries. Yeah, I would agree with all of that. And I say all the time, like I've said this before, but football's a very confusing game sometimes, but obviously can be. Did you just say I need a haircut?
Yeah, it's bad.
What does that have to do with anything?
Like,
I'm in the middle of
I'm letting you rant. I didn't think you heard me. I was like being quiet.
It was just so wild of you. I need a haircut that I just had to stop. Anywho,
go ahead, go on your thing.
Well, I gotta find it now. I lost it. Damn it. Anyway, as I was saying, I found it. Football's a very complicated game sometimes. Yeah, just step out of the frame. But if you control the line of scrimmages, more often than not, you're going to win football games. It could be that simple, and UCF just hasn't controlled the line of scrimmage on the offensive side much this year.
Kathy, our brand new channel member, the penalties are bad. What exactly are the consequences? Maybe ask Scott in the press conference. So I would love to. I've been traveling for work every week, so I'm not able to go on Mondays. And then we do this post game. I think that'll definitely be a question on one of the our final presser with him. Is going to be kind of, what was the issue? Why weren't you able to really figure out those procedural penalties this so late in the year? I definitely think, again, a little bit of it is just quality. Quality of what you have. And unfortunately, I just think the guys you had, most of those are backup left guards, backup center, backup left guards. You had your starting tackles, but again, I think that has something to do with it. And I'm sure UCF understands that, and they're going to be trying to shore that up. There are a couple names that UCF already is kind of pinpointing in the transfer portal that they are thinking is going to be in the portal and that they're going to go after heavily. The money that they're throwing at some of these offensive linemen is kind of crazy, but you kind of need it. You kind of need to do it.
What a weird night. I stepped off camera and started choking. A fly flew into my mouth. Something went in my mouth, and I was like...
I was going to complain and say, I'm going through my spiel, and you interrupt me.
Excuse me?
Goodness
gracious.
All right. Mackey 315, a good O-line will make your quarterback look good. I mean, yes, that'd be great. Let's see. La Belle V. I'm hoping next year is more than enjoying the upgrades to Raw Tower. Can't wait for that. We need to make a bowl. No. I am so pumped for this bad boy. Let's just see if we can turn this and up it up.
There it is.
I'm excited for that. That bad boy, I'm excited for. If not, just for the new press box.
Yep.
But, oh, look at that. You helped me move it, and I tilted it down. That was good teamwork there.
Man.
That was good teamwork.
Only took me 11 weeks.
Did Ryan Roy just send a donation? I think Ryan Roy, another donation.
He said, please. He wants us to donate it to UCF offensive line.
No. Well, he said he was just giving a message to everybody to please donate to the for the UCF offensive line.
I thought he was giving me his money to donate.
No, we will use it, Ryan. As you know, you're a big supporter and donator to this channel. Stephen Leonard's here.
Just casually walks in. Hi guys.
Yeah, you just maybe there's like a introducing.
I didn't realize that I authorized you being on the show.
I've done that the last 3 weeks.
Well,
I don't know. At least I made eye contact.
This
with you
potentially
before.
is Stephen Leonard's last charge on a postgame live show, and we're going to announce. This is the decision. We're going to announce where he is moving and leaving to.
We're not. Cannot announce.
I
that
know.
yet, but I will announce that later.
You're gonna share Mike with him.
Hashtag stay tuned.
Hashtag stay tuned. Hashtag big things coming. 2026.
Eyes emoji.
We've got only a couple more here. You guys are okay. Lou Vierne, stop talking about Bo Nix being goated. He sucks. We're not talking about him anymore. Your Drake May comment was the best thing you typed in tonight. Everything else is awful. La Belle V, remember when Gus tried to get Bo Nix to transfer here? Fun times. Joshua Clark, everything is fine, Sean. Don't worry. Savannah, you guys are awesome. Thanks again for making the show better each season. You know, we tried. We try. This season, let me just say, this isn't because of you. It had nothing to do with you. The way we did last season, this show, man, compared to this season, so much easier. I had so much more things that I had to set up to make this thing go. This year, a couple plugins, a nice little, what do you call that? Hotspot. Boom. And I hope we make the games a little bit more easier to swallow. Have a little bit more fun late night charge on it, even though it feels like it's 11 p.m. and it's 8:13. No more Taven. I don't want to talk about Taven anymore. Not any bad thing.
Good press conference. Like, he was very, like...
We'll share some nugs.
He was very humble. He acknowledged that, like, he hasn't had the year he's wanted. He said that tonight he knew he had to run more. Like, he hasn't really wanted to run. That's not part of his game, but he knew he needed to put himself on the line. So I think he kind of acknowledged that he's not played up to his standards.
Did Frost say anything actually, like, interesting?
Did
anybody ask about penalties and all the issues with
someone
penalties?
did ask about penalties. He said that he has to own it. Players have to own it. Assistant coaches have to own it. That's who they are. It's 11 games into the season. That's who they are.
At least he said. Did he say that's who they are?
He said that's.
You know what? I give him a lot of credit for saying that. I mean, that we all know it, but at least it's not
called sucking up your pride. And
that's called just admitting we suck. So I mean,
the same with he mentioned something about the offensive, like, blocking for the offense. Like, we have to own it. That's who we are.
All right, see,
it's
and
11
that's why
games of the year. That's who you are. You can't deny it.
It's called building a culture, folks. That's what that's called. That's called building a culture and just admitting, like, yeah, we suck. Kathy, thoughts on KZ as quarterback coach? I'll tell you this, boy can recruit. I mean, have the quarterbacks looked great this year? No, but can the kid recruit?
Have you seen the crop they're working with this year?
Huh?
Have you seen the crop they're working with this year?
I mean, 4-star.
All of them were guys that he's recruited.
Well, if Steven had it his way, Brock Hansel would be playing right now. So,
future UCF grad assistant Brock Hansel.
You can't be trusted with him.
Brock Hansel's the go. Is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. How many snaps did he get tonight?
Same amount of snaps as you.
Yep.
Frost just said he tore his heart out due to the penalties.
Oh yeah, he did mention that he had 3 heart attacks during the game.
Econ, next time you come out here, you could give us the quotes that he's not giving us. That's what I want to hear.
I felt like I gave.
No, he said the exact quote that he got his heart tore out.
I can't remember the exact quote.
You don't remember him saying?
I listened to 4 players right after him.
I wanted that quote.
I listened to Cole Kozlowski go on a
Econ,
1-minute rant about
you're a real one.
Noe Rualis for the Lou Groza Award.
How about this? Let's change the subject here. Spare Room Film just flew back from Germany. First thing I did was I tuned into the Charge On to hear the good news.
It's a real one.
That's what I like to hear.
Spare
right
Room,
there.
you're always a real one. I appreciate you, always.
I thought the Germany was a joke.
I don't think he was joking.
Well, because Paul had a bad game. I thought that was the joke.
On senior night, Steven, like, do we really need to, like, go there?
Hold on. He's been a great servant to the program. Like, he's been a great ambassador.
Spare Room, he thought you were making a joke about Paul Rubio.
I thought he struggled tonight. That's fair. Wendell Gregory had a great game on defense.
I just thought of something, but we can't say it on the air, so we'll move on.
All right, well, we'll say it after. Okay, Honig, there's no Steven Sean friction. There's no friction. I just get in a crabby mood sometimes during these, and it's usually when he comes over. So it's nothing to do with him. It's more so.
It gets late. Sean has a bedtime.
I get.
Do you hear that
crabby.
though? I get crabby, and it's always when Steven comes over. But it's not him.
And it's nothing
but
to do with
Steven.
There was a lot of weird stuff going on at the beginning of the show. That kind of got me rattled. So it's just kind of that time.
Yeah. Louvierne said, "Yo, Steven."
You're Louvienne's goat.
Yeah, he said you're the goat. Joe P, what's up, fellas? I just got back from dinner. My brother's 50th birthday.
Hey.
Kept checking my phone. Glad we pulled this game out. Happy birthday to your brother.
Joe,
Appreciate
you didn't
tuning
watch
in.
on ESPN Plus at dinner? That's what
Anywho, where was it at? Got Guava said taking your talents to South Beach.
Ooh. I was about to say that'd be.
I don't know.
Don't skip it. We can read it.
Hall Nick says Sean, don't cut your hair until UCF gets there next.
No
week.
shot in hell. because that would be.
Look at his hair right now. He's bitching
It's-
about it already.
Guys, first of all, it just looks awful. I mean, I look like
I haven't cut my hair since UCF was bowl eligible.
it makes my face look way right now I look like I'm
What did you just say?
I
fat.
haven't
Like
cut
I'm
my
gonna be
hair
honest,
since
I just
UCF
look
was bowl
huge.
eligible.
Cut that damn hair.
Do you see he's got
Unrelated to the bowl eligibility.
I actually have something to say that I
Same
can't
time.
say due to with his hair. I can't say it on air though. So we're gonna move on. Go Knights go. You guys do a good. Oh yeah, go Knights go. You guys do a great job. Well, thank you. We
try.
appreciate it. Honeck Frost press conference have been great this season. I give him credit. Frost doesn't BS. They're actually different press conferences, which I can appreciate. Since last year, we'd go to every single one, and I would just be like falling asleep. No offense to Gus Malzahn, but it would just be he'd say the same thing every single press conference. At least Scott, he says how it's supposed to be. He doesn't like. He's not just trying to BS you.
It's also
that
not
makes
the
sense.
same players every time, like how it was last year.
Econ said tore his hair out. Did he say tore his hair out?
I don't remember tear his hair out. Again, there was 4 players after him, including a Cole Kozlowski 1-minute rant about the Lou
Here's-
Grozo Award for Noe Ruales.
I mean, no way should win it. No rules should win it.
You know,
He
what I
he
hate
should
though?
be the
Like,
finalist.
I guess you could call this a pressure kick. Can we call this a pressure kick?
This counts as pressure kick.
I
I
hate.
don't think it's pressure kick because he's that good, but
I hate that. Like, he's had this great season, but
Nobody talks about
But
him.
it's probably going to go so under the radar
first one.
because that is his first pressure kick of the season. He's just been quietly doing his thing, and I wish I could like plop him to some like
I'm
older
upset we only
UCF
get him
teams.
for a year.
I know.
It's like annoying
I know.
because then we have to
Steven,
find him another
hey,
one.
Steven, remind us again, where did Rocco Marriott decommit from today, and where did Noe Relis come from?
I think a school in Virginia.
Yeah.
I think they wear purple.
Yeah, I think their initials are JM.
I think UCF plays them in the future.
Yeah, I think so, and I think
Multiple
Mr.
times.
Marriott is scheduled to be a senior then. Yeah,
The
interesting.
likelihood of him being on that roster.
Wait, that was I don't know. That would
I
be
have no-
hilarious.
I have no
saw the game
idea.
was tied.
What?
I have no idea.
Oh,
James
Mizzou?
Madison
Oh, James
and
Madison.
Wazoo.
I have no idea.
I got to be honest, pretty low on my priority.
Lou Vierin, how this is. Lou Vierin, are we going draftless this year? Yeah.
No, Malachi.
Malachi has a draftable grade.
For what it's worth, I have a PFF subscription. Now they're
There
not
we
the end
go.
all be all, but they have a mock draft simulator. And
5th round?
he's been moved up to like I think 160 or 170 ranked player on the board overall. So what is that, 5th round?
Yeah, it's about 5th.
Yeah, and that was updated last week.
Depends
Before
on
that,
rankings.
yeah, that was updated last week, and before that, he wasn't even like on it. I don't think so. If you actually look across the country, Malachi Lawrence, I think, is top 15 in pressures as from edge rushers this season. So quietly having a good year.
Cole Kozlowski during the press conference said that Noe Ruales should be drafted. That's another thing he said.
I
Maybe.
need Cole Kozlowski to be drafted.
He also said that he would be shirtless. He would be one of the shirtless guys, and then said, "North Jersey, come on."
I like Cole Kozlowski, man. It is a disservice that man doesn't have an extra year of eligibility.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed Ryan with the $10. Ryan, we appreciate you. I think you are definitely our number one gifter. Well,
That's
yeah,
such a
$10.
that's such a Steven-esque
I
comment.
mean, it's like
it's
I'm
honestly,
I'm literally
it's
trying
honestly
to.
insane.
I
Like
literally have 999.
Ryan's a G.
only
Ryan
you,
always
only you
shows
would say something
support,
like that.
and
Only
then
you would
you
say
literally
something like
interrupt
that.
my showing support to Ryan, who's even on our live watch along last week made it so much better. He was gifting us all the time. So Ryan, we appreciate you.
All right, we got 4 to get through. We got 4 more comments I think to get through here at the bottom.
Hey, Dar says whenever Steven shows up, it's so funny. You guys come through. I don't want to. You guys are good.
I got a solo shot. That's how cool I am.
Oh, they still have some things they gotta do. 4 more to get. Yeah, only got 4 more to get through. God, I love the podcast. You guys have held it down every year. We appreciate it. Still going strong. Still gonna keep it going. Next year will be hopefully a little bit more fun. I know we say that every year now, but we hope. La Bellevue, at least we aren't FSU. My poor dad is tearing his heart out too, Ree Norvell. Too much money for the school to fail. We are resource challenged. You want to? I'll give you the floor. You want to give your take on FSU?
They stink. they're horrible.
He's kind of an FSU fan, if we're being a little honest.
They're horrible.
All 3 home games, Jackson
The less I
played
have
well.
to say about them, the better.
You
Please.
sure you don't want to go on a little rant?
No, I don't. No.
Okay. Fair play.
That was a great punting game.
Punting?
The 2 muff punts in a row.
I will say, watching the Florida State game last night against NC State, and then the next football watching being this game tonight.
Oh, ultimate bad football watch.
Yeah, I've seen some bad football, and I need
Really bad teams.
yeah, and I need the Bucks to redeem it tomorrow night.
See, here's the thing. I'm a
Badly.
Patriots fan. He's a Bucks fan. This has been a great NFL season for me. He had a great start to the season, and
Yeah,
now his team's
I'm
about to go
slipping.
like 6-4, 6-5.
I'm slipping.
So it is slipping a little bit. We're gonna let these guys pass once they're kind of semi. They throw out your lanyard.
Yeah.
Well,
That's fine.
you definitely shouldn't have been on the ground.
No, I was on the table. It's fine.
It's all right. It's fine. He also just said it like out loud. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's probably like $2.
No,
It's not-
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's fine.
so it wasn't like something you needed
No,
to
it
say.
wasn't. No, I just.
Again, who cares?
Clearly, him.
It's
It was
been
like a
that
mi-
type of day. That's
Watch
all
out.
I'm trying to say.
It's been a fine day. Everything's worked perfectly. You're gonna need to go this way. Oh, you're fine.
No,
guys.
you're good.
We appreciate y'all.
Your guys' job.
He was gonna talk bad to you that you threw away his lanyard, but
It's fine.
all right.
I don't even know what that last comment's in
I
reference
don't know,
to, but
man,
I don't even
honestly.
want to read it though.
Well, we're not reading it. We're reading it, just not out loud verbally. All right, I think that's gonna do it. I think we're good.
Well, now we have to say our
We're
goodbyes.
gonna say our goodbyes. We're gonna let Steven say his goodbye first. Steven, for all we know, is not gonna be back next year. So this is, at least for the time being, his final Charge on Postgame Live show. Final time being around the program.
No, I got signing day.
Signing day. So kind of give your goodbye to the Charge on peeps.
I want to say thank you guys for letting me have 2 seasons of your time, and I want to thank both of you for letting me join this. It's been fun. Did it on a whim that one time, and then kind of just kept coming back around. So I can't say thank you enough.
Did some fun stuff to Meet the Knights, which you were a huge part of.
I was
And
gonna say we couldn't have done Meet the Knights. This was
Without
this
Steven,
was this
I
was the secret to all the success.
the editing was a fun part. Getting the people was all him. I had nothing to do with getting the people. That was all Mr. Leonard over here. So big shout out to you, and wherever you're going, I know where he's going. I'm not gonna leak it. Will I? Oh, there's some dangerous things with this microphone. No, wherever he's going, he's gonna kill it. And he's always welcome back whenever he wants to rag on whoever the UCF quarterback is when I need somebody to talk to. Nick, you're going to be on the podcast anyway, but
I was gonna say I'm not going anywhere, but
You're not
this is
going
the-
anywhere.
This is the last it feels
post
like
game.
it's the last post game live show, so
We're
it
in
just.
the stadium.
I tell you what, last year, our last post game show that we did, it was like 40 degrees out. It was windy. We were sitting up here actually. It was raining. I think,
It was
too.
miserable.
Dumped rain.
And
on
we were about to sign off,
EJ
and then
EJ
EJ
Colson.
Colson entered the portal, and we went like another 30 minutes, and we were here till like 1 a.m. That was a crazy night. A little bit different of a vibe tonight, to be honest with you. But no, I thank you guys so much because we don't do this unless we have an audience, and we've been blessed and fortunate that we've grown a really good audience, and I think the show has gotten better, year after year after year as we continue to learn some new tricks and everything. And I'm very fortunate and blessed to have a lot of roles in, I guess, the media world and things I do, but this is definitely probably the most fun thing I get to do, and we couldn't do that without all of the listeners and the fans. It's been a tough few seasons that we've been doing this, trying to cover this team, but hopefully better days are ahead and this can be even more fun for everybody.
Well said. Maybe next season we'll get like a desk out here. I don't know how. Maybe we'll bring a desk. Bob LV, I'll just spoil it. He's not going to South Beach. I think that's fair to spoil.
I'm not going to South
He's
Beach.
leaving the state.
I'm
Does he
not
look
staying in the
like
state of Florida.
Does he look like he would survive in South Beach?
Yeah. man is not being
No.
in the state. No, to close, I just want to, again, to kind of piggyback off what they both said, but what Nick has said. We appreciate you guys. When we started this, again, it's grown so much over the last couple years. I think it means more to me, that especially this season. It's been our biggest season, especially for Postgame show. And I genuinely don't know why, since, again, it boggles my mind people want to listen after the losses and the kind of the football that you guys have had to endure for a couple years. So we appreciate you after the game kind of deciding to come here, and hopefully we can kind of brighten up your guys' spirits, make it a little fun, make it enjoyable. That's what football is. It brings us all together. And we appreciate you guys really allowing us to do this, because without you, if we had one listener, we wouldn't be able to do it. So we appreciate you guys immensely for tuning in always. Going to be a fun couple months coming up here. There's a lot that's going to be happening. I think the program is going to be having some fun stuff where hopefully as we head into the next season, when we do these post-game live shows, it's going to be a lot more fun talking about some of these games than what we saw on the field tonight.
I tell you what, we only had to do 2 post-game shows at home this year that were losses.
And that's a huge
we only had to do 2.
step up.
Last year ended with a very sad loss.
Yes, it did.
Happy news next day.
We called it the Retirement Bowl, and it was so far off, but I mean it was.
Yeah, well,
This one I called the
wishing that
the
one
Suck
of
Bowl.
Still wishing that one of those parties would retire.
Well, I mean, hopefully one of them does coming up here. But guys, Econ, we'll end with this. You guys are the best pod folks anywhere in the Big 12. Well, we appreciate that. Even if we don't feel it, we try to do that for you guys. We know you have a lot of options with UCF podcasts, so we appreciate you tuning in here. For Stephen Leonard, that's Nick Geddes. I'm Sean Green. We'll be back with a podcast here in the next couple hours, as you know, per usual, breaking this all down. And then we only have one more game against BYU to end this 2025 season as we move on to the 2026 season. Go Knights, charge on. The Knights win 17-14 against Oklahoma State in the final home game of the season and get their 5th win, which beats last year's 4 wins. Crazy to say this season. This has been Charge On Postgame Live Show. We will see you guys later. Thank you, guys.